Care of another kind also coming under the spotlight today, with an 18-year-old from Sunderland Samlet's campaign to highlight what she says are a lack of facilities for young disabled people.
Well, Amy-Claire Davies has severe physical disabilities and at the moment goes to T Haven Children's Hospice. But when she turns 19 later this year, the nearest facility which can cope with her needs is in Connolly. Now, she and friends in a similar position have set up a Facebook campaign called We Demand, calling for more to be done.
Amy-Claire is just your normal teenager. She's studying A-levels, likes to socialise with friends and has dreams of having a job and owning her own place. Amy-Claire is considered a 100% primary care need as she suffers with physical disabilities. She needs around-the-clock care for her condition. But she's also received help in her social life through the T Haven Hospice in Cardiff. But that vital care is about to end.
The best word you can use is it is a haven. It's a totally safe place, but it's also support for you yourself and for your family to be able to enjoy life more, to be able to have a social life. When I turn 19 this November, I'll lose that service, and there's nothing like it in the area.
Now Amy-Claire's options for respite are local hospitals or nursing homes, or a 4-hour drive to Hope House Hospice in North Wales. She has now set up a Facebook group with her friends to campaign for a dedicated respite service for 18 to 30-year-olds in South Wales. Her mum, Caroline, says the Welsh Government needs to do more to ensure young disabled adults have a quality of life.
What Amy needs is very different to what's on offer. So nursing homes are primarily set up for people with dementia, and they're primarily about older people. They're not about our young people who have capacity. They have the right to choose. They have the right to say, I want to go there or I don't want to go there.
A lot of places that are respite places tend to be a place where you would go in and you'd sit in a bed all day, every day, watching the telly. Now, that's not something I want to do.
Amy-Claire and her family now hope their campaign will prompt politicians to take a closer look at the care on offer for young adults. Dean Thomas, ITV News in Swansea.
Well, in the last few minutes we've received a statement from the Welsh Government on this story. I'll read you some of it. They say, we want to ensure that the transition processes from child to palliative care services, adult services, are in place, and that they have paid for a transitional palliative care specialist to be available to support fellow professionals when dealing with teenagers in palliative care.
Well, we're joined now by that very palliative care specialist, Dr. Victoria Lidstone. Thank you for coming in. What do you make of that statement? He's talking about you.
He is. The first thing that I would say about the statement is that it seems to concentrate on end-of-life care. That's because they've just delivered an end-of-life care plan. But for these young people, really what they're shouting about is not end-of-life care. They want to live whilst they still can. And that's what Amy-Claire is saying. She doesn't want to spend her time stuck in a bed in front of a TV. She wants to be out there living, and that's really important. That's what all the healthy young people are doing, and that's what these young people should be allowed to do too.
So clearly then there is a gap in care provision, isn't there?
There is. There's a huge gap in care provision. I've been in post for 3 years, and I hear again and again and again, respite, we need respite. I've been working very hard on that for the last 3 years on a lot of different levels. There are a few places now cropping up that can provide appropriate respite, but it's very difficult because the respite, whatever facility you have, needs to have an extremely high level of nursing care. That's expensive and it's difficult to find. It needs to be round the clock 24/7. The facilities need to be suitable and appropriate, and they need to be accessible to where you live. And all of that is a very big task.
And just to be clear now, you cover the whole of Wales.
I do.
And you work only 3 days a week.
That is true.
Right.
It is a big task and it's quite frustrating. I have a huge amount of projects all going on, all under the umbrella of Route 66 for the young people. I talk to young people and they are very much a part of taking my direction about where that needs to go. It would be great one day to have a colleague to do it with me. That would be fantastic. I am actually the only person in the UK doing this kind of a job.
It all boils down to money then, I suppose, at the end of the day.
There's never any money, is there? That doesn't mean to say that these young people shouldn't get what they need and what they deserve.
Dr. Lidstone, thank you very much indeed for joining us this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.